Alright guys, it's Dokkan time again, and I'm a little late on this build and I apologize, but usually I don't give too much priority for free-to-plays. But I will say I should be ashamed of myself for forgetting about this boy, because this was one of the hypest units at the time of release, and it's still one of my favorite card arts. I even have the figure. It's unfortunately put away right now because my baby boy Benji likes to grab at things. But I have a figure of this this unit, and I am excited for him to be actually good. So let's just kind of get into it. There will be no roll tips for this guy. He is a Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, it's a Super Saiyan Goku. Throw him on the LR Super Saiyan Trio physical team. Throw him on a Super Saiyan team. Throw him on whatever categories you could possibly mess with him on here. You know, Turtle School, Bond of Parent Child, Power of Wishes, Final Trump Card. You know, all those categories, you know, he's got a couple places on teams. And he can definitely be utilized by free-to-play players, of course, too. So I just kind of wanted to show my own personal build for him. And it's mostly because I haven't, like, changed it. I do actually suggest building two units. It's weird, they gave you enough freaking Super EZA medals to make 4 of these suckers. But I do suggest you make 2. Right now, my current build is to utilize him as a free-to-play event-only unit. So please, looking at this, do remember that that's what this guy is built for at the current time. I plan to grind up and make a new one that's going to be towards the other, like, actually the other build that I have on here. Which is a more additional and dodge focus, and it's going to be used for other content. But let me explain why I suggest having 2 builds for this guy. Alright, now normally I just pop up the screen, but this is just so much easier to understand when you look at this screen right here. So after super easying this unit, his 200% options are pretty grand, actually. I mean, you got the quote-unquote new best unit in the game with the STR LR Gohan up there. You got Master Roshi, you got freaking Vegeta, Super Saiyan Vegeta, you got God Goku, and actually those are his only 200% options. He's got several 170% options, and I do feel like on a Super Saiyan Trio team, you know, with that double 70% buff, the 140 plus defense buff, it would be a much better defense margin that it could make up for the lack of HP and attack from it. But anyways, so as he is a super easy aid unit, his attack and his super attacks and his leader skill did not get changed, so they are still the same. The good news is this unit still had a very good 12 key super at the very least. You know, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, so additionals do help this unit quite a bit. Mostly because this unit does not get any attack or defense on the 18 key super, so just keep in mind that this unit technically wants to 12 key super for defense. But as far as damage wise goes, he will have a much higher modifier for launching an attack. Allies attack plus 30% for 1 turn, and crit chance for himself is 10%, so he automatically has 10% extra crit chance. Attack and defense 159, key plus 3, additional defense plus 159%, and great chance of guarding all attacks as the first or second attacker in turn. Now, I wouldn't suggest putting this unit into first slot. I would say put him into the second slot primarily, because that is only a 70% chance to guard, and we still don't have proper notifications of a unit having guard active. Key plus 3 plus an additional attack plus 159%, and great chance of launching an additional super attack as the second or third attacker in a turn. Now, this is why I said he's a slot 2 unit, because he's getting both the extra defense and the attack in slot 2, plus he has the potential chance of guarding at 70%, and then he's got a 70% chance to also launch an additional. So his home is literally in slot 2. Plus an additional attack and defense 159% when performing an ultra super attack. They put that in there because the unit does not have a buff in 18 key super, which is good. I'm happy about that. And then all allies key plus 3, plus additional attack and defense plus 30% for superclass allies, and attacks effective against all types when attacking superclass enemies, and performs a critical hit when attacking extreme class enemies. So he just auto performs crits against extreme class enemies, and he at least has attacks effective against all types against super class enemies. So with that being said, he doesn't need crit when you're going into difficult content. So let me specifically slow down this cycling thing here. So this build right here, the one you're looking at here on the right side of the screen, this is for the free-to-play content. This is free-to-play content looking crap right here. This is what this is. By no means do I suggest taking this kit into a difficult, hard event. You know, some people just don't want to re-kit their Goku. But this is a free-to-play unit. You can freely grind up a second copy. As far as like free-to-play players that are just starting out, I would not suggest this build. This is the extra build. This is the extra build that you should build after the other one. The other one that I feel is the new primary build for this unit is going to be this build right here. The 15 additional and the leftover dodge, the defense orb, the dodge or additional. These are dodge or additional, by the way. Unless you have these orbs and you really want to use them. But anyways. But yeah. So, I mean, I primarily assume there's no reason to give him crit as far as going into highly challenging, difficult content. You will benefit more from an additional going off and getting that extra defense, and you'll benefit more from the possible dodge chance of a super. Now, just because, you know, he's a free-to-play unit, this is probably the new best free-to-play unit in the game. I could be exaggerating just because, you know, it's first day he's out, but I mean, he's pretty dang good. He's pretty dang good. As far as his Link partners go, I mean, Super Saiyans. Super Saiyans, man. He's a Super Saiyan. He's got Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Family Ties, Kamehameha, First Awakened. I will say you will have a hard time getting this to go off because there's like no other units to really rock with it. I wish there was more units to rock with this First Awakened ability, but yeah, hopefully one of these units can come back around and will make that a more viable situation, because it could increase his damage quite a good fold. Because that First Awakened Link skill is actually almost, it's like half relevant to a Big Bad Boss's Link. But anyways, let's go look at the calculations for that complements a Halvard over here. So this is the normal calculations. It's the normal calculation. So in slot 2, with 40% support, after a double or with two addition, yeah, with 2 supers, with 3 supers, he can have about 1.6 million defense. That's pretty good. 1.6 million defense for a free-to-play unit is insane. I will say that you really do want him to have additionals in this case and instance. I will say though, if you rock him on a double physical trio with full defense skill orbs equipped, it'll be a game changer in terms of defense, because then your possible max defense is at 2.4 million defense. That's insane. That's insane. I don't think that's the average amount that you'll have, though. I think the average amount that you will have as far as defense goes is probably going to be around this 1.8 million margin. You know, because more than likely you'll only get 1 or 2 supers off. I have very little confidence that he will actually get the triple super. I have very little confidence, unfortunately. But it's still very good. He's still very good. I still feel like he's a very good, fantastic unit defense-wise. I do highly suggest giving him a defense orbs, running him on the Super Saiyan Trio team where you can get the max possible amount of defense and support. But this is a very good free-to-play unit. I think I might actually stand and say that he is the best free-to-play unit in the game right now. Hands down. I really do. Let me go look at Celtic Link's post, because he had a screenshot of it. Hold on. Okay, so I got Celtic Link's post. I appreciate you, Celtic. Appreciate you, dude. Make sure you go give him a sub, follow, and watch some of these videos. But he actually is showing him off, tanking very relatively well, doing some solid 20k damage. This isn't even his max amount of damage he could do. This is on a 170 team, meaning on a 200% team, he could have a lot more damage. He's not having a First Awakened active. He could have a lot more damage, man. It's crazy. double super 13 million. That's some crazy good damage there. He's tanking freaking Gogeta. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of damage you took, right? That's a lot of damage. That's for depending on the team, you're dead. But the fact that he was still able to tank it in today's 200% teams hitting the 800k HP range and living, that's impressive, man. That's freaking impressive. I love this Goku. I can't wait to do some runs with him in other difficult content and see how he fares, because I'm excited to use him. Anyways, guys, let me know how you're going to actually build this unit and what teams you're going to run, and have a good day and a good night.